This playthrough is rated E for everyone.
Well, I've got too much free time. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with a bonus episode of Dragon Warrior 3. Last time I played, I beat the game at really low levels. But what happens when we get to max level? Yeah, it took me quite a while. It took me like a week and a half of just kind of grinding every hour or so, taking a break and then doing other things, because I'm not going to grind straight up for 20 hours or however long I did it. Okay, so it actually, the experience tables is a little bit interesting for each character getting max levels. Oh yeah, and I mentioned during the finale, but I'll show it again, that your mom doesn't let you sleep at the inn anymore because she assumes the game's over. And we're going to the credits or something like that. Yeah, mother's happy. And your father could see you. But yeah, she just says that from now on, no matter what happens. But anyway, I also want to show, before I show me going back to fight Zoma again at max levels, I want to show off some of the character sprites that I didn't show the first time around. I mean, yeah, you could look these up, but I'll show them off anyway. Okay, let's grab some more people from the, okay, yeah, Glenard the soldier. And then we'll, just all the generic characters, just to show off what they look like. Alright, so these are the male versions of the warrior, wizard, and pilgrim. Whoops, no, I don't need anything else. So yeah, the wizard's your typical old dude. Pilgrim, I think he's got a mustache, but I'm not sure. And then the warrior. Yeah, really not much to show, but I thought I'd show it off. You know, from the back there. Okay, let's show off the... Alright, leave everyone behind. Now, you probably could have beaten the whole game with the base class that they give you, like the ones that the game creates. You could do that, but eventually you'd want to turn the wizard into Sage either way. The problem is you don't want to use the wizard for the end game just because he's so squidgy. You'd have to parry with him half the time until you get a decent amount of, you know, defense for him or something like that, especially against enemies that don't hit via formation. Okay, let's see. I didn't show off male merchant. I did the female one, yet the game decides she turned male when the whole storyline went around. So, all right, let's see. Yeah, Marco. Yeah, I was named after Marco Polo. And then the female wizard, which I named Morgan after Morgan Le Fay from Arthurian legend. That was supposed to be his sister, I think. And then the goof off, which we never showed off, so. Because it's just a terrible class. It's really not that good. I mean, you could beat the game with a goof off. It's just, yeah, Harley after Harley Quinn and Joker after Joker. Yes. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, show him off there. So, yeah, the wizard looks like, the wizard kind of looks like a, I mean, I know that's a staff. For a second, I thought she was a bard. But, yeah, she's, and then the Joker, the goof off is basically one of those bunny dancing girls that, that was famous from, like, Hugh Hefner and Playboy. Also, yeah, for whatever reason, Japan was really obsessed with bunny girls. Just girls with the, like, the unitard and bunny ears, and that's it. That's all that she is. You've seen her in, like, later Dragon Quest games when they go to the casino or whatever, so. And show them off to the side. Yeah, so. And then show off the male goof off. Yeah, the only benefit of a goof off is if they hit level 20, you don't have to find the Book of Satori. You do get one Book of Satori automatically in the game. The other Book of Satoris you have to get randomly dropped. I forgot which monster drops them, but there is a monster that can drop the Book of Satoris. I think actually a metal slime can do it, if I recall. Like a regular metal slime, not the metal babble. Although I do like the fact that the goof off is basically one of the casino. Oh yeah, I can't put. Yeah, sorry, I accidentally had a part company with me. Yeah, you can't find part company with yourself. That's creepy. And on the male sage, they just look like male pilgrims, except they're green. So there's really no reason to show that one off. Okay, let's show off the male goof off. Yeah, I might as well add the rest of their characters while we're here. So, and I'll show you how I gained the levels at 99. Yeah, Boudica is at level 99. And no, I didn't want to. I thought about leveling up all the classes just to see what their stats were, but I'm not that insane. I already spent enough time leveling up characters that don't really matter, because you can beat the game within your level 30s to 40s. Anything past that is unnecessary. Yeah, as you can see, the goof off is your standard jester type of character. Although I don't think they really use the... Actually, it kind of looks like... almost like Tornico, maybe. Well, if I ever play the fourth game of the series, whether it be the DS or the NES version of it, or one of the in-between ones. But yeah, I'm trying to remember if I've ever seen that version of the goof off in later games, because usually maybe it might be some variations on it or something like that. Like the bunny girl we've seen before in later parts of the game. Actually, all the character classes have been in here. I've been shown at one point or another in later games, except for I think the male goof off, but I could be wrong. Okay, well, let's change out Joker and put in my other party member. So yeah, it was definitely a long time to get these all maxed out. So the way I did it was, I'll show you the place I'm gonna go. But let's show off our status before we do that. So yeah, we got 174 strength, and it is random, so your stats may not be exactly like mine if you decide to go 99th level, which I don't know why you would. It's insanity, but because I'm weird. 174 strength, 144 agility, 242 vitality, 134 intelligence, 163 luck, 436 HP, 231 MP, 294 attack power, and 222 defense. And I've got max experience, which you don't actually need max experience to gain, which is, was it 9,999,999. To get the hero at max level, all you need is 633,000, or sorry, you only need 6,335,647 for the hero. And then for the soldier, let me show off. Oh yeah, he's got all his spells too. Sorry, I'll show that off. Let's see, yeah, Blaze, Heal, Expel, Ironize, Fireball, Return, Stop Spell, Sleep, Zap, Heal More, Firebane, Heal All, Boom, Vivify, Lightning, Heal Us All. Let's see. Oops. Yeah. I was trying to think if there's anything else I didn't show off there. Heal, Return, Outside, Repel, Heal More, Heal All, Vivify, Heal Us All. So that heals everyone. And then for soldiers... Whoops. Boudica, 199 strength, 88 agility. Yeah, her agility never gets very high. 242 vitality, 59 intelligence, 64 luck, 450 HP, no MP, 289 attack power, 149 defense power. And to get the soldier at maximum level, you need 6,417,166 for her. And then for the fighter, oh yeah, for the pilgrim, if you're gonna max out the pilgrim, which I don't know why you just not try to turn him into Sage, but if you were gonna max out the pilgrim, theirs is 7,453,717. For the wizard, it's 7,964,068. To max out the fighter, actually, let me go over her stats before I say that. 255 strength, 255 agility. So yeah, she maxes out her strength and agility when she hits max level, which is 255 for your stats there. Vitality 212, intelligence 77, 217 luck, 384 HP, no MP, 285 attack power, 147 defense. And yeah, fighters need 8,627,330 to max out their stats. And then for goof-offs, they require... the merchant requires 5,913,402. And then for goof-offs, it's 7,225,866, which I do not know why you'd max out a goof-off and not turn him into a Sage as soon as you could. And then for sages, they require the most experience. They require 9,609,488. So it takes forever to max them out. It's because they're the best overall. Outside of the hero class, they're the best class in the game, which makes sense. It takes forever to max it out. But yeah, the sage also can max out her strength and agility stats by the end of the game. 212 vitality, 77 intelligence, 217 luck, 384. Oh, whoops! I'm still on fighters. Whoops. Never mind. I was like, wait. I thought I didn't think I didn't think the sage could do that. Never mind. She maxes out her intelligence and luck stat when she maxes out her levels. Sorry. Man, I had a brain moment. Anyway, 164 strength, 186 agility, 228 vitality, 432 HP, 468 MP, 229 attack power, 179 defense. And yeah, it's weird how the soldier does not max out their strength stat. At least you'd think so. But weirdly enough, by the end of the game, I think I was getting no stat gains by level 80. There was a couple of levels I got 0 stats, like nothing. It was silly. Anyway, yeah, for spells we got Blaze, Upper, Ice Bolt, Increase, Fireball, Return, Bang, Slow, Blazemore, Raw Magic, Snow Blast, Ice Spears, Firebane, Bykill, Boom, Bounce, Blazemos, Chaos, Snowstorm, Bedragon, Firebolt, Transform, Explode It, and Chance. Chance, what that is, it's a random chance to heal one of your, or do an effect. Usually it's randomly you'll heal one of your companions. It's kind of a silly spell to get. And Transform also, it's basically a stronger version of Bedragon. Front. Oh wait, no, Transform now. I think I have a different item. No, Transform allows you to change via the Staff of Changes with a spell instead of needing the staff now. So, which I don't know why you need it at such a high level, but sorry, I was thinking of a different game with that. See, and then the outside commands, you got Outside, Return, X-Ray, Step Guard, Day, Night, Curse Off, Invisible, and Open. And then here's the other spell she's got for the Pilgrim. Sap, Heal, Expel, Antidote, Inferno, Speed Up, Surround, Sleep, Defense, Heal More, Beat, Numb Off, Infirmo, Stop Spell, Limbo, Awake, Barrier, Heal All, Defeat, Heal Us, Infirmost, Vivify, Sacrifice, and Revive. Heal, Antidote, Heal More, Numb Off, Vivify, Heal All, Heal Us, and Revive. So, okay. So the way to do it, to level up in this game after a certain point, because you do have to reach a certain level to where you can have your characters not be in the party, is, well, I'll actually rest when I get back to, because we're going to go through the final dungeon again, and I'll probably just cast Repel, because that allowed me to avoid most of them. So what I did is I went around Remuldar, and around here, you can run into Metal Babbles, and with the, Sage's, whoops, oh right, you can't. With the, Sage's, spell, the, let's see, Bedragon, which to remind you again, what it does is it transforms into a dragon the first turn, and the second turn it guarantees a crit no matter what. So you can basically guarantee killing a Metal Babble as long as it doesn't run away the first turn, because the Sage might have enough agility with the Meteorite Bracelet. So, oh yeah, I could probably unequip the Meteorite Bracelet at this point. Oh, also I ended up getting a few Shoes of Happiness while I was fighting Metal Babbles. What that is, it's a very rare drop. Well, actually, most items in this game are rare drops. What it does is it gives you 1 experience while you walk around. Oh yeah, I forgot I had a Siege Strength, but I don't see the Strength. I got those dropped a couple of times. I tried not using. I didn't use them because I wanted to show off my stats legitimately. As what I mean is not altered without seeds. Because what I could have done is I could hit them at 99 and then use seeds. But at that point, we're pretty powerful. But anyway, Shoes of Happiness all it does is give you 1 HP per step, which helps with the leveling a little bit. But really the big thing you want to do is you want to split your party up. What I did is I basically got to level, I think it was level 40 or something like that, where I could probably beat most of the monsters with less party members. So I did that, and then I would take characters out of the party. What I did is I took the soldier out because it takes her the least amount of time to gain a level. So I took her out and let the fighter, the soldier faster. Sorry, I put the soldier and Sage in a party and had her use Bedragon every time we fought Metal Babbles, and that way I was able to get experience. And then I got my first Shoes of Happiness after grinding for I think after 5 hours. I quitted it on Boudica to get her experience a little bit faster because it's basically 1 experience per step. And then as soon as she got max level, I swapped her out for the fighter and did that over again to a point. And yeah, it's all about is if you remove your party member, you get more experience because the more party members you have, the more it's divided by with those characters. Okay, so let's rest. Alright, and then, yeah, I just ran around here for, like, hours and hours and hours fighting Metal Babbles and whatever else popped up. If you wanna, what you do is I quitted the Golden Claw and just had it run across them because it increases your random encounters. So I did that, and I just kind of did that forever. So that was the easiest way to do it. So, alright, let me double check some things really quick, and then we'll get on to the final tower again. Okay, just double check some stuff, but alright, let's go ahead and use Repel. And see if we're powerful enough to not get attacked by anything on the way to the tower now at this point. Yeah, definitely not worth grinding all these levels. Like I said, if you really wanted to grind and make Zoma a bit easier, I mean, the most you probably should go is like maybe 50. Anything past that is crazy. It's not necessary. I'm surprised the game lets you get to level 99 in this game. Actually, any RPG getting to level 99 is pointless. Unless you're doing it for achievements. Achievement hunting, but which for me is not... I used to do that, but I'm not really much of an achievement guy anymore. I'll try to do everything in the game, because I may not come to back to that game ever again. So I usually try to get as much of a game done as I can before I stop. The only time I've ever played a game again was when I was doing these recordings, where where I'd go through these once again. So for the second, well, actually, I guess I played the games a few times before that. So anyway, all right, let's go through. Let's see how long this repel lasts while we're in here. So, looks like we're not immune to attacks in here. So, all right, let's see how see how these enemies handle our characters at max level. Oh, one shot. We got one shots over here. No, not quite. Man, Soldier kind of gets shafted at the last levels of the game. I mean, Soldier's good in mid game, but when you think about max stats, Soldier actually kind of gets hosed a bit. Kind of sad, really, when you think about it. Yeah, all these monsters. That was actually I could just use was it not Limbo? Oh, was it Wizard that? Oh yeah, Wizard was the one that had buy kill. So wait, not buy kill. What am I thinking? Where's her beat attacks? Whoops. There it is. Well, where's defeat though? There it is. Haha. But I'm probably gonna one shot a lot of these guys. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, I don't even need spells anymore. At these levels, I could just, like, basically just press A to win. And basically by hitting max level, we basically turn the game into Final Fantasy. Did I ever fight the Hydra in the main game? I don't think I ever did. Huh. I don't know if I still have my stat list up anymore. I think whoops. Since I was doing this, I closed all my files, so I actually don't have it ready to go. Oh, good Lord. I don't even think I fought a Hydra in the main game. I think I went through the whole tower without fighting the regular Hydras and not the King Hydra, which is one of the bosses there. Yeah, as soon as I finish recording a game franchise, I file away all my notes and everything like that. And I just kind of, out of sight, out of mind, because I'll probably never have to refer to them ever again. So, actually for this episode, I thought I wouldn't run into any monsters I didn't run across. There's quite a few monsters I didn't run across throughout the whole game. Yeah, crazy RNG even at the end. So I guess despite us being max levels, we still encounter enemies at a regular interval. Kind of interesting when you think about it. If I remember correctly, all the treasure chests. Let's see. The treasure chest that's onto your all the basically all the stairways, because each of those doorways lead to stairways that basically lead nowhere. So there's really no reason to fight that you see. Oh, let's see if we can. Let me see if I can show off the Bedragon ability. Yeah, too bad the text goes by pretty fast. Look at that damage. Ha! Oh. Oh, right. Metal Babbles have like 6 HP. Ah, come on. Wait a minute. Even at this level? Even at max... Oh, yeah, I guess... Even at max agility? You do have max agility, don't you? Oh, 186. Still. Really? Huh. I mean, I understand the soldier going last, but... Well, I wanted to show it off. But yeah, basically Bedragon crits the enemy, so... I don't know why I still have the shoes on anyway. So, yeah, same thing as before. Fight the Grey Knight Titans, and you have to run back and forth. As far as I'm aware of, you just run back and forth to summon them. But yeah, basically by hitting max level, we turn this into a Final Fantasy game. Well, the later Final Fantasies anyway. Because some of the Final Fantasy games, a lot of them were basically just, after a certain point, it's just press A to win. So there wasn't much challenge to them. That's kind of why I liked the early Dragon Quest games. Because you could, there was a bit more strategy involved without it going over the top. Well, I guess it is over the top in the original games because of how difficult the first and second game can be, especially the second game. Huh, crazy how I'm not powerful enough to one-shot the Granite Titans at this point. And they actually still do a decent amount of damage to me, actually. Crazy when you think about that. I do kind of like games that even if you hit max level, you may not stomp over everything. Because of the way that the... But when you hit later levels in this game, you don't get a whole lot of, you don't really get a whole lot of huge stat gains. To tell you the truth. Like, near the end, a lot of the characters will only get, like, like, maybe 5 HP and stuff like that, or 1 strength. And like I said, even the soldier, a couple of her levels were dead levels. You didn't even get anything for leveling up. That's probably the worst thing, is getting a level and then you don't get anything from it. I'm trying to think. There's a few games like that. I'm trying to remember. I know D&D had and there was a couple levels in that game. If you did if you leveled up put like mixed character classes in the later version of the game, you could actually have dead levels where all you got was like HP. And in a game like that, where you're usually supposed to get something at every level, at least the later versions anyway. Look at that, 241. That still didn't finish him off. Wow, 2 crits in a row. That's crazy. Yeah, Joan is definitely not an attacker. That's for sure. Bye-bye. Alright, yep. I have more enemies. Wow. I swear, I didn't fight a single Hydra when I came in here the first time, I think. And yet, here I am fighting them all the time. That's kind of... Maybe that's because they're so powerful, like, comparatively to the game stats, that's the only monster can throw it. Maybe that's why it is. Maybe because of the repel spell, it won't give me anything weaker than that. So, I guess it proves that the Hydra's the most powerful monster in this dungeon. And the green dragons as well. Although I don't know why I'm going to cast Defeat, because there's really no reason for it, but... Yeah, too bad there's not really a way to hit max damage like 999. I guess you'd have to max... Well, because your max strength is 255, so... Now I'm trying to remember which tile was. Oh, okay, it must have been this one. There we go. Gosh, a stairway. Gosh. And yeah, if you go that way, it messes with your steez. It goes into just an empty room. There's really nothing there at all, so. Yeah, the whole turn your controller onto its side so you can do that, so. Yeah, I still have to manually actually change my controller around so I don't accidentally flip it the wrong, or I don't actually move the wrong way, so. I know I could easily, like, just look up the controls off the top of my head, you know, and do that, but nope. I've I gotta do it this way, folks. Gotta do it. Oops. Oh, see? Good thing there's a wall there, otherwise I would've ran right into it again, so. Well, now not as many monsters now, so. It is kind of weird, going through this dungeon again at max levels, like, just being able to, well, like, just press A to win. I don't know, just something odd about that. I don't know the best way to explain it, but, anyway. I think I fought Putragons when I was here before. I could just be casting, like, all the powerful spells in the game, like, yeah, it's kind of weird how you can, well, actually, I'm trying to remember what it actually does in combat. Let me see if it actually, what it shows off. Look at that damage. Haha, nothing. You are nothing. Good day, sir. Oh yeah, I guess I could be grabbing all the treasure, but I feel like I don't need it. Or at least, I might grab the Sage Stone maybe, but I think I have enough MP to really just melee the crap out of all the bosses. There's something satisfying about being able to do that. The swordoids. Doggy Don Swordoids. I do like the design of those skeletons with the 6 arms. It kind of remind me of the, what is it, the Marliths? Or Marliths or whatever from, well, I remember from the D&D, I'm not sure where they originally come from. I think they come from Arabic mythology, or is it Hindu? I think it might be Hindu mythology. The lady with multiple arms or whatever. But they're pretty dangerous in most versions of the game. Obviously, after when the game hits the DS era, the games start getting a lot more easier. Which I understand. It's because it started appealing to a more mass audience. So you try. I'm actually surprised I don't do as much damage to the archmages. Huh. I've actually got a decent defense or something like that. So. Everyone melee. Everyone jump on the Granite Titan train. Woohoo! Oh, here's a salamander. I don't think I fought them during the main game either, so. They're just annoying as they're all their dragon cousins, doing all the different breath attacks and everything like that. But in this case, we'll just one-shot them. But at least I don't remember fighting a salamander in the main game. But yeah, they're basically, I would just not fight them. They're just too annoying to fight. Because of all their different breath attacks, I would just expel them or run. Yeah, I already fought these guys before, so no, don't have to go over anything with them. And not quite. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that even at these levels that the game can still weaken me. Like to, you'd think I'd be so strong defense-wise that they wouldn't be hardly punching me at all, but no, they still do decent damage. Unlike in like Final Fantasy games or something like that, where if you hit max level, you pretty much can't be touched. Either you evade all your attacks or it does no damage. Yeah, I'll just split up my attacks there. Finish him off for good. Yeah, sorry, I was just looking at something while I was doing that, see if there's anything I missed, mention-wise. I think the only thing I didn't grab during going through here was the multi-sword, or multi-bladed sword, or whatever it was. Which, the Demon Axe, I think at this level, obviously probably the Demon Axe isn't as good because the whole, you know, the 13% chance to miss or whatever, but it has that chance to crit too. Here is Ortega again. Actually, you've got enough for heal all. Oh, whoops. I meant heal us. Whoops. That's the spell. I've got plenty of MP. Although, really, at that point, I could just cast heal all on everyone. Yeah, whatever. Kind of funny how you can just, yeah, a spell that would normally cost a ton of MP is now just like, yeah, well, I can cast, I'm fine. One shot. Almost one shot. Dead. Ow. Yeah, there's that 13% again. Yeah, I'll probably still grab the Sage's Stone just in case, but actually I need to drop those Shoes of Happiness. I actually don't need them anymore. Funny how I just throw these away just because, even though they're useful. Although the problem is that they're so hard to get. You know, there's Ortega fighting the Hydra monster. I'm trying to think of if they could have done a better way to deal with the whole Ortega King Hydra thing. Because yeah, in the American version, you see him fighting basically King Hydra. Although in the American version, before they show it as being a green dragon, but then when he's down here, they change the color of the Hydra. So it looks like a dragon at first, but then it's a Hydra. Okay. And then apparently Ortega's been fighting this guy ever since the beginning of the game when he fought him at the top of the volcano, which I guess he fought him at the volcano, then fell to the Dark World, I guess, and then kept fighting him. I assume that's what the whole story is. I think the idea of this combat is kind of interesting, where you see him actually using his stats and abilities. The only problem is it drags out a bit because Ortega will heal us all, or heal all himself, which makes sense, except you need him to lose so you can actually fight the Hydra later, and it drags out the fight, so you're kind of just sitting there going, all right, this is cool and all, but it's like why I don't like watching people play tabletop games like board games or D&D or whatever. I'd rather play it or do it myself. It's the same with sports. I don't like watching sports because I'd rather be playing the sport if I'm going to be doing it. I don't want to watch someone else do it. I think that's boring. It's why I stopped. I mean, I don't. Weird enough, it's funny how a guy who's recording video games, playing them, and wants other people to watch him play video games. I actually don't really watch people play video games anymore. I kind of did back in the early day. I'd watch people play stuff that I wouldn't normally play, but it got to the same point where I'm like, well, I'd rather just, if I like the game, I'll just play it myself. Why am I watching someone else do it? Which is why I always found the idea of watching sports or watching people play D&D or watching people play video games. I always thought an odd concept. And he puts the King Hydra to sleep. I guess that goes to show that King Hydra can be put to sleep. I think the idea for this fight is it's supposed to give you some ideas on how to fight Hydra when you get to him yourself. So you're like, oh, okay. Okay, so he's weak to sleep or whatever, but the game never does enough random different abilities to kind of give you a better sense of it. So, you know, Ortega dying. I know this is supposed to be a sad moment, but I don't know. It really doesn't hit me very hard here. It's because I think we heard stories of Ortega, but we never had any really moments with the main character Ortega before the game started. I mean, I know it's all based off they were bewildered. Yeah, I know the whole idea is, you know, I mean, if your father died, wouldn't you be sad too? Of course, but, you know, there's a point in a game where it has to do something right to kind of get you in the mood, whether it be music or the text or something like that. So, I don't know. I'm not saying the game did a bad job. I'm just saying, because the NES can only do so much. But do I want to grab the Sage Stone? Yeah, I'll do it and give it to Casca, even though I probably don't even need it. I definitely don't need the wizard rings, or prayer rings in the Japanese version, I believe, because God forbid you mention God in a game. Yeah, that was weird. There was weird censorship back in the day on Nintendo. It was like you couldn't show crosses, you couldn't talk about God. It was weird, man. A weird time. Like, that's the thing you censor out of everything. But yeah, Sage Stone. I don't know. Maybe I'm being weird. I don't know. It's just it's definitely odd. Censoring over the ages is just an odd concept. Just what do you censor and what society censors for what reason? Why would you do it? You know. I'm one of those like I want to know everything. I don't want to be babied. You know. But then again, I talk about not being babied, and if you at least by the time of this recording, if you watch YouTube videos, you'd be surprised how many people censor themselves on purpose so YouTube doesn't ding their videos as age restricted or whatever. And man, does that kind of make it weird, infantilizing? I really infantilizing speech or whatever. I don't know why I'm talking about this in the game where I'm showing off going through the last level, but you know when you just have to press A to win. You try to find other ways of distracting yourself or talking about other topics, so. I used to do that more often in my earlier videos. Yeah, see, even at this level, the salamanders, their breath can still do a really good amount of damage if you don't have the barrier spell up. Wait, was it barrier again, or was it, where is it again? Yeah, if you don't have barrier up, they do a ton of damage to you, so, this is why you get stages shown, or whatever. I do like the fact that magic still hurts you pretty relatively easy in this game, because the defense stat does not affect, it's more intelligence stuff, but yeah, you can just kind of get physically, just browbeat. Yeah, I like how magic is still dangerous in this game, no matter what level you're at. In other game series, that magic becomes kind of not as impressive at later levels. Ooh. Oops. Actually, I think that should be enough. I could just use all my shields of strength to heal myself if I really wanted to. I guess this makes this game a little bit more interesting now. The fact you can't just grind to win. You can't. You have to at least semi pay attention. I guess that's why I left the shield of strength on, just in case. But I could just heal all afterwards if I really wanted to, because I got plenty of MP. It's all maxed out. I'll just heal her later. The power of the Archmage compels you. Oops, didn't mean to parry. Oh, now she can one-shot him. Yeah, the game also suffers from like RNG when it comes to like your attacks doing random damage. It's the same like at the time I'm recording in Joan of Arc. Or Joan d'Arc, I mean, and that also has varying degrees of damage, and I hate RPGs that can wildly vary your attack numbers, like anywhere from like, it could be anywhere from like 100 to 200. Now, I don't mind if it varies if, like, based on the magic defense of the monster, or if they cast a spell that prevents damage or whatever, that's different. But just straight up, if I attack this Swordoid with the same character twice, I am not going to get the same numbers. Why? Why do you do that? I hate that. For a guy who's, well, I don't know if I say I'm the biggest guy when it comes to numbers, but in certain games, you usually have a certain expectation to your damages, so you're like, now, a crit is a, wow, I forgot how crazy the RNG is, even with Repel on in this game. Well, I haven't played this game for like a week and a half or something like that, so. Because I started grinding like after I uploaded the episode. I did that for a little bit and then worked on my other projects, you know, and then work and all this other stuff. But anyway, when you play a strategy RPG or an RPG and you, like, especially if you're trying to do low level builds for surviving the final bosses, you want to be able to figure out, like, did I ever fight the Barogs? I don't think I ever did. Huh. At least, maybe I did and I just forgot. Like I said, it's been a week and a half since I played this. I might have done it and forgot about it. I think he's similar to his cousins in terms of like what he can do. Like he can do basically magic attacks, like explode it and stuff like that, which can do a decent amount of damage. No, I think I did fight him during the main game. Yeah, sorry, myself from the previous episode, which was the end of the game, to this is different now because I've slept since then. Which means, and sadly, sometimes when I beat a game or a franchise and I don't come back to it, or if I do play it, it'll be in my own time. I almost dump everything I remember from the game out of my head, and I've almost forgotten the whole, like, just what I was doing the whole time. You know what I mean? About it. I still remember bits and pieces, obviously, but I mean, all the like random info that I gather over the course of the game in my notes, I've like set that in the back of my head, like, okay, we're not dealing with this again, so I can forget it, most of it, you know. Was it the joke from, like, Futurama? I have pleasant memories of this place, and now they're gone. Anyway, let's deal with Zoma again and fight all his minions. Yeah, this definitely reminds me of Magnus's Castle, and this was before Chrono Trigger. I really need to record that game one of these days, even though it's been recorded to death by every Tom, Dick, and Harry. But I still want to do it. I don't know when. Yeah, I was about to voice him again. Why am I doing that? I've already done that. We beat the game. It's time to physically defeat you by just punching you in the face multiple times, Zoma. As we fight the King Hydra again. So, same as before. Although I do still want to buy a kill so I can make these fights a little bit faster. I don't have to use Sage's Stone because I can just, yeah, almost crit the guy. Oh yeah, and I guess because, oh, one turn. Yeah, and I forgot Jonah's now not as fast as she used to be because of the, what is our, let's see, 144. Oh yeah, I think he's faster than her now. No, she is faster, so why is she going after Aris? I don't know, viewers. It's supposed to, our agility is supposed to take, like, when your turns go off, but for some reason she's going after Aris. Huh. Well, I know Cascade always goes first, but alright, let's fight the zombie-fied version of Baramos. Yeah, that's kind of creepy when you think about it. He raises his ally from the dead to keep fighting him like he's a necromancer or something like that, you know? Oh, can't we get... Oh, man, I didn't realize the fighter would crit all the time. Like... I chose the fighter because, like I said, she gets pretty good stat growth overall, despite not being the most efficient character because of, you know, obviously it doesn't have the same, because they don't have a good equipment draw. But they're just pure stat gains. Like I said, you saw that she gets max strength and stats by the end of the game. Makes her a worthwhile contender. And the fact she's really fast. And then, yeah, and then Baramos being turned into a skeleton. Like, was it Bowser from, was it which Super Mario game where he gets in the lava and then you find later on his skeleton form? Was that Super Mario, like, one of the later ones? I think so, like Super Mario Land or something like that, which is really messed up when you think about it. Or, what was another game that did the whole, fighting, or it was either game or movie where you had to fight the skeleton version of the same guy later on. It's just something creepy about it. Kind of reminds me of something from, like, a Don Bluth animation or something like that, you know? Let's see if this takes me one turn. Man, the fire's critting, like, every time. Holy crap. One turn? Ah, no one turn. Ah. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, it's, I don't think there's really any reason to, whoops. Yeah, might as well just fight because we can, I was about to say, if that finished him off, I think that would have been funny. So you can almost one turn Baramos, but that's because I crit once with Casca. It was kind of crazy that happened, so, oops. Yeah, let's, just heal us. Actually, did I even take any damage? Not really. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, max level, and you can just basically just punch the guys to death, and that's the only worry you have to deal with. So, I'm struggling to. I'm not struggling to live. You're struggling to die. Yeah, we heard about this, but yeah, Zoma definitely has probably one of the best themes in the game in terms of yeah, I'm really trying to think of I mean, I like all the bosses. It's just I think Zoma definitely has one of the better themes in terms of fighting him and everything like that. All right, so you're supposed to bring the Sphere of Light to this fight, but can we fight? Can we fight Zoma without the Sphere of Light? Let's find out. Yeah, really, the whole point of me doing this was to see if I could actually fight Zoma at actually, I think I'm too fast for. Let's find out though. Yeah, you definitely have to heal more often because of his spells and everything like that. So. Yeah, definitely don't do as much damage. So. Yeah, we definitely want to try to get buy kills and stuff like that if he doesn't use his one attack. So far, we're keeping up with his damage. But I might have to have Joan eventually. Holy crap. Okay, so Zoma is really bad at this level. Even at max levels, he's still like a bit of a danger. So, trying to think if I want to just heal. Now I want to keep fighting if I can. So let's heal all. Oops. Oh yeah, I guess I do want to heal all. Yeah. Okay. Wow, there's his beam attack, so. Yeah, this is definitely one of those times where you kind of want to keep, yeah, you definitely have to keep wailing on this guy, because he will, oh, that's right. I was gonna use the Orochi sword. I completely forgot I was gonna use that to lower his defense a bit. So I almost forgot what I actually do in this fight. So yeah, it's really his physical attack is really painful, and his blizzard breath. Might have to have a Joan back up with a heal all or heal us. There we go. Yeah, let's go with a heal us just to take just like compare it as with his ow, man, it's really the physical attack, huh? I mean, you could do buffs, but the thing is with buffs is that you have to I'm just trying to think of a. Nah, I'd rather actually. Let's Whoops. Now, just trying to think. Actually, let's keep trying for a buy kill with the main character, and then just have her keep using Sage Stone. Boudica might die. Oh, close. Yeah, at least that works. So, all right, let's. Yeah, it's really the one spell, man, that gets everyone is the his physical attacks. Because like our hero is easily surviving the attacks. It's really the. Oh, there goes Boudica. Wow, I'm actually kind of. Whoops, I didn't actually mean to do that. Okay, let's. Oh no, it's under Pilgrim. Yeah, we want to revive in this case. Yep, wow, it gets rid of the magic again, so. Yeah, and a revive, like, brings her back at full, so. Yeah, buy kill again, so. Luckily we have enough magic for this. Yeah, it's really the physical attack, but I don't want to waste turns buffing or casting you know, defense on ourselves. Yeah, let's try for a buy kill on Boudica this time, if we can. Ow. Oh, come on. Oh, well, at least I can, get some damage off, I guess. I was hoping, you know, he wouldn't do it again, like, right afterwards, so. Yeah, keep going with buy kill, man. Maybe I should have Boudica, use Shield of Strengths or whatever. Yeah, his stats are crazy high at this, let's see. Helus. Sage Stone. Oh, Well then. Oh wow, okay. I guess Zoma isn't, it's hard to fight at these levels. Huh. I don't even think I have the world, let's see. I mean, I've got Vivify, but I actually don't have Revive. I should cast Healus All with Aros there, so. Well, let's see. Oops, I actually didn't mean to parry. Well. Hey, it actually worked. Nice. Okay. Vivify is supposed to be like low chances of working, so. And Revive is supposed to have like guaranteed. Yeah, see how it said she didn't resurrect or whatever. Yeah, we'll go heal Sol. I might have to actually use the sphere of light and on him just to actually survive. It is possible to beat him on this. I'm just holy God. Man, that was a waste of a heal Sol. Well, this is what happens when you are very bold and see, yeah, the fact that it has just a possible miss chance just makes it kind of a sucky spell. Oof. Yeah, I don't. Well. There we go. I guess that's it. Come on. Nope. Wah wah. Well then, we died. Huh. Well, there you go. Oh, this is what happens when you die. Oh, Ars, how pitiful that you had to die. I will grant thee one more chance. Ars is now strong enough. Yeah, that's. Oh, by the way, that's what happens when you reach max level. You're now strong enough. So, huh. Okay. Well, time to go back to. Oh, and you lose like half your money, which is whatever. Yeah. See, darn. I got max level. I died. All right. So, huh. I guess I can't. Well, it's because his stats are really high, and he kept getting rid of barrier. So I should have cast barrier every time and tried to do that over and over again. Oh well. Okay, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to obviously resurrect myself, get everyone back to him again, and then we'll try one more time and then see if we can actually beat him legit without using the Sphere of Light. So I'll be back in a second. Alright, who's up for round 2 against Zoma? So let's try this again, shall we? So, yeah, let's actually get Orochi sorted off. I forgot I need to pay a bit more attention during this fight because of how dangerous he is without the Sphere of Light used on him. Ooh, good start. Yeah, if we can crit all the time, that's awesome. But I have to really keep up with the healing, too. Of course, it doesn't help when he, you know, uses that one ability to weaken or remove our buffs, you know. Yeah, I'll definitely have to extra backup heal after this. Yeah, I'll have to wizard or heal us all, or heal us, and then Sage Stone. As much as I'd like Cascade to keep attacking, because she seems to keep critting all the time, so it's like maybe I should just keep doing that with her. You know what I mean? I just yeah, I might just heal us all actually. And then actually I might just try to go for the kills instead of instead of defense. Yeah, it would help, but it might be better just to go offense with this guy. Having heal us all definitely helps. Too bad it costs like a ton of money. Ton of. Oof. Ah, come on, man! Like right afterwards. I was actually hoping Casca would crit, you know. Actually, it might be a case of I'll just have to, no, I mean, having buy kill really helps, no, so. I have to heal us all again after this, though. Yeah, it's really his physical attack is the thing that really hurts. There we go, get that in at least. Yeah, I'll just do heal us as well as that, so. Ow. Actually, Blizzard helped. Yeah. I was about to say Blizzard, or defense, or not defense, barrier helps, but maybe it helps even more. Yeah, losing, yeah, definitely losing the main character definitely is not good. Now at least you're wasting a turn on that, at least. Maybe we should do barrier more often. Of course, when I want you to crit, you don't actually crit. Oh well. Actually, we'll do heal Saul again. Yeah, I should do barrier because it seems to really reduce the damage we get from that one spell. Yeah, I guess it really is a case of just. Whew. More buy kill, more buy kill. Ow. Ah, come on, man. Hey, at least I got buy kill off afterwards. I guess there is a benefit to going last sometimes. Let's see. Heal all. Whoops. Ooh. Ow. Oh, right. I forgot I was going to cast a barrier again. Completely forgot about that. Yeah, it was a barrier. Yeah. Yeah, looks like I got barrier out before that. Oh, there goes Joan. Oh, I did it! Ha ha! Only took a second try. All right. See, I told you could beat Zoma without the Sphere of Light. I don't think you get any extra dialogue either. Nope. Well, I'm glad I showed me dying once. It shows me I'm not infallible when it comes to this because I did make mistakes. I clearly was I was clearly being cocky. So. Oh right, she's dead. Who had the leave to? Right. Even though I don't need it anymore, so. Now, just show the credits, however, there is one place I forgot to go to, during the end, by accident. And I want to show that off before we call it again. Oh yeah, we have to walk out of this cave again. Yeah, I forgot about that. And because you can't, warp, because this place is, no, well, I'll show you. Oops, not return. Nope, nope. Yeah, it's broken, so it doesn't work in here. Why would maybe the game's trying to give you a sense of like, oh, you did it, you won. So now you got to walk out of the cave, you know, even though we're at the end of the game. I think you'd let us, I think you could break the rules just for a second and let us get out of here. Yeah, let's go seal it up again. Yeah, I do kind of like the fact that Zoma, if you don't use the Sphere of Light, is actually really, really dangerous. I wonder what the lowest level you could actually beat Zoma at without using the Sphere of Light is. I know you need to reach max levels yeah, you need to reach max levels against Zoma if you do it in the remaster, I believe. I still haven't played it, but I've seen some videos about. Because there's really nothing to spoil. I mean, there's some obviously differences between the remaster, but the basic general concept of the game is the same. So if you're aware of this game and what you go through, then that game's you're not gonna get spoiled by that. There's only like a few instances like that they add into the games that ties into the 3 games together. Yeah, that's supposed to tell you that Zoma's castle got destroyed too, which I showed you off during the cutscene. Or during the final episode again. What's it? No. I meant to go to Cole. Because I forgot to go to the Marsh Cave. There was some people that were in there I forgot to talk to. I don't think they said anything unique, but I forgot to show off that those, because I tried to talk to everyone in the game to see what they say. And yeah, there's nothing there, so. Oh, I guess, oh, there they are. Haha. I was about to say, I thought no one was in here for a second. You defeated the Master Archfiend, did you? Hooray! I think they all say the same thing, but. Okay, they all say the same thing. I don't know why I went back here. I thought there was more than just the 2 there. I thought there was another dude around here somewhere. Was that it? Huh. Oh, there they are, okay. I thought there was a couple more. Oh, they all say the same thing. Okay, this is why I didn't go back there in the first place. Well, I wanted to show you that there were the dudes there and you could talk to them. It's just they don't have extra dialogue, so oh well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The ending of the game is basically the same. With doing it, this whole episode was basically just me showing off that, hey, I could grind to 99th level because I'm bored, apparently, in my real life, even though I've got plenty of other things to do. But I don't know, sometimes I'll get a weird tangent when I do things. I'm like, I want to do this, even though I shouldn't. Yeah, it's kind of weird how we don't get to go back to our home, you know, at least see our mom and everything like that. I know in the reimagining they have something kind of like about, you know, they try to do a tie-in to the 3 games because it's called the Erdrick trilogy. First time they did a trilogy, they tried doing trilogies with the other games, but they don't really the other games that try to do, well, actually the only other game that tried to do a trilogy was 4, 5, and 6. They didn't really flow well together as a trilogy, to tell you the truth. I don't think so. There's only the barest nods of the Zenithian trilogy in those 3 games. And 7, 8, and 9, they just skipped that whole trilogy thing entirely. And then 10 was an online game. Oh yeah, this was the big twist of the game being called Erdrick. You're like, whoa, we're Erdrick? This is a game of the past? Holy crap! And yeah, you get the main music theme because the game hadn't been really set up yet, so they decided to save for the end. I thought that was a nice touch for that. But yeah, after that, 7 it's its own thing, 8 is its own thing, 9 is was that weird like kind of throwback game but also multiplayer game, and then 10 was a MMO, which I never played that because we never got a translated copy in America. And then 11 is actually 11. Well, I don't want to spoil 11, but 11 tries to tie itself into this franchise. Well, it's Dragon Quest 11, but you know, it tries to tie into this game specifically. But I won't mention it for not spoiling it or whatever. But yeah, it was just, you know, just something weird about just sitting back and forth and grinding levels, and I don't know, just some weird catharsis for me for doing that. So, and I was doing other stuff while I was doing it, so it wasn't completely wasting my time doing it. Like I said, I'm just so used to it from back in the day. I wouldn't grind games today like with modern games because a lot of them are purposely made to be like that, which this game, it did purposely do it in a way, but it was mainly just to give you more for your buck. Modern games, they have no excuse. Yeah, this is the beginning of the Erdrick saga with 3. It goes 3, 1, and 2 in terms of the setting up of it and everything like that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this going back and doing the game, beating Zoma on the hardest setting. I had to beat him on max levels, but I did do it without the Sphere of Light. But yeah, in the reimagining from the videos I saw, everyone, they had to be max level 2 to beat him. So it's not. So Zoma is really, really dangerous without the Sphere of Light. So if you, I mean, like I said, I probably could have looked up videos and see if there was a way to beat him at lower levels, but I wasn't that intent on showing off my skills. I mean, heck, I showed you me dying for the first time in the game, like where you had to continue, that type of thing. I like the fact that the king kind of mocks you for dying. Not enough games mock you for dying anymore. That's kind of why I liked, was it the Batman Arkham series? At least 1 and 2. The third game's good-ish, but you could tell it wasn't as good as the first 2. But anyway, if you get beat by the villains, they either mock you or say something to you as you're before you continue. And I thought that was a nice touch. I kind of wish more games would mock you when you lose. But oh well. But yeah, I would say out of the 3 games, the first, second, or third game, the third game is definitely the better one, just because you could tell they had a lot more time working on it. They fleshed it out a little bit better. It's not as frustratingly hard. The difficulties I gave for myself in the game were self-put. I could have easily gained levels to go through certain sections and not have to challenge myself. But I like the little challenge. I wouldn't do it all the time. It depends on the game franchise and what type of game it is. I like the little bit of challenge. It really depends on the game, though, if I want a game to be harder or not. These older games are a little bit easier to do hard mode because all the old games have been data mined to death, so everyone knows all the strengths, weaknesses, RNG effects that they kind of, you can easily plan out a guide to do this at low levels. So newer games a little bit more difficult, even though you could data mine them, but people don't data mine them to an autistic degree like these old games were. It's because for the longest time you only had so many games coming out, so you were able to do that. Nowadays there's like I swear every week there's like 100 games being released. I mean, yeah, a lot of them are either really crap games or mobile games, but they are still being released almost weekly, and there's no way to keep up for that anymore. That's why a lot of reason why I play these old games anymore. So. Because at least there's only so many of those, and most of them are more enjoyable than most modern games. But sorry to be on a little tangent there. We're talking about this game here. And usually these bonus episodes are for me to be a little bit more loose with stuff, because I'm not trying to, I'm just trying to show off little details or whatever, or give maybe like extra thoughts that maybe I forgot to mention when I played the game the first time. Although, weirdly enough, I didn't really do that too much when I did the Dragon Quest 2, where I did the max levels on that one. I think it's because I already pretty much said everything I wanted to say in that playthrough, whatever. But yeah, 3 definitely has its weaknesses, but overall, it's got more strengths than weaknesses that make it the best game out of the series. One's got its charms because it's the first in the series. They were trying to figure things out, and it's got that weird difficulty, you know, with the grinding, because they weren't sure. It was their first game. At least I think it was Chunsoft. Yeah, this is published by Enix, but it wasn't actually made by Enix. It was made by a company called like Chunsoft or whatever. I think this was one of their first games or one of their earliest games. So it was more of a lot of games in the Nintendo era were building blocks for a lot of companies. They were just trying to figure out what would work. So they just had to throw stuff at the wall and see what worked. And they definitely built on that. And we know the second game is hard because it was a rushed game. They had to get that out within 2 years or something crazy fast like that. And that's why it is as it is. This game they took a lot more time on. And that's why most people remember this game fondly. And this one's been I think this one has the most re-releases out of all the games. I think 1 has a few, 2 has only a couple, if I remember correctly. But this game gets a lot of remaster or redos because of just how popular it was. The only problem is I'm more of a, well, I almost don't. I like Dragon Quest a lot. The only thing I don't like about Dragon Quest is I wish there was more characterization. They do that in the later franchises, especially with 4. And then later on. But the first games, I don't mind them not having a lot of characterization because it's Nintendo. You only have so many bits and bytes you can put in a game to add. I mean, that's why Final Fantasy is so bare bones. The early Final Fantasy is so bare bones, or any RPG on the NES is, you know, it's all about you as a hero, player insert, go save the world, or whatever. And that's it. It wasn't until like Super Nintendo where they started giving more characterization to RPGs and adding more overarching plots. The only problem now with most modern games is they almost go too overboard with our overarching plots, or some of the dialogue takes forever to get to gameplay, and you're like, all right, am I watching a movie or am I playing a game? I still want to play the game, guys. That's why I have a love-hate relationship with like Kojima, for example. Like for his games, I'm like, I really like what he says in his games and like some of the gamerizations he does with it, but man, he really wants to be a movie director. You know what I mean? But anyway, for Dragon Quest, I'm not sure where I'd rate Dragon Quest 3 out of all the games that have come out. That's a tough one. I'll have to do one day. If I ever record all the games, I'll have to do a list of which one's my favorite. I mean, I've played all of them. Maybe I'll say that for like maybe a random bonus episode, or maybe like something like that. But Dragon Quest 3 is definitely up there. I think if I had to overall rate it, let's see, there's 11 main games. I won't count the MMO because I've never played it, so I'd say out of 10. I'd probably say Dragon Quest 3 is probably, let's see. Well, 8's my favorite by far. I did like 11, but not that much. 9 was okay. That one kind of drug on a bit because it took a while to get to the plot, and it did too much with the DLC stuff, which now you can't even access anymore. I did like 4 and 5 a lot. Oh, mainly their DS. Well, 4 mainly its DS counterpart, but I do like 4 for what it is. And then I like 5 because of the kind of overarching plot for that one. So maybe 8, 5, 4. So 3 probably is maybe my number 4. Number 4 and number 5. 6 is good in a way too, but I don't know. 6, like, something about 6 and 7 are weird for me because I like the games, but something about them, either they drag on or just something about them really doesn't set with me as much. But yeah, I'd say Dragon Quest 3 is probably my 4th favorite out of the series, so that's really not bad compared to like some of the later games. So, but anyway, we'll leave it off here. I hope you enjoyed this little bonus episode of a little. I think it probably lasts an hour or something like that, given my propensity these days. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this bonus episode of the game and me just wasting my time and yours. Well, I hope I didn't waste it too badly. But what other games will I play next in the Dragon Quest series? Well, obviously 4 eventually, but I don't know if I'll do the NES or DS one. Probably do the NES one because that one's a little bit more of an interesting beast than the DS one is, and everyone's recorded that one, but not very many people do the 4th one. But we'll see. I won't do it immediately, maybe sometime down the line when I played some other games, but we'll see what happens. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.